And you are joined here with Victor Garsley.
I'm the Crow Boy.
I am Mr. Graves.
I am Frankenstein.
And you are joined here on Sin and Gin Podcast, the podcast where we tell you the latest amazing facts. We tell you incredible news stories. We play games. And we are just a couple of boys with veeted bumholes. And we frequently text each other about our veeting experiences.
We sure do. Yeah, I like the fact that this week Matt is getting extra people onto the bandwagon. It's like a weird
The WhatsApp group is growing.
It's like a cult.
Yeah, I was going to say it's like a cult. What would we call the cult?
On the Veet beat.
The
Smooth, the Veet beat, the Veet beat gang,
And we're known as the Smooth Boys.
the Smooth Boys of Veet Street. Come on down.
No one can stop us because they just can't get their hands on us.
Yeah,
Come
the
on,
moment we've got some olive oil on us, that's it, we're gone.
That feels like
bastards.
that feels like a spin-off of like another TV show, like EastEnders, like spin-off. The Veet, the Smooth Boys of Veet Street.
Smooth Boys of Veet Street.
What would the theme tune be though?
It'd be all sexy.
So welcome to Sin and Gin Podcast.
Oh yeah.
This is a podcast where we are silly. Joe, how you been this week?
Good. I've been very busy. I haven't really done much apart from work, if I'm really honest. I did pick up on, as I like to pick up what I like to keep current with what the kids are doing, and the latest TikTok trend. I still refuse to have a TikTok account, but I like to know what the latest trends are.
You don't have an account yet. You still know more than most of us know about TikTok.
Well, you're a dick-tock.
Yeah.
It's got you there.
Yes, he's got me there.
Is a little weird. It's deep faking Tom Cruise is the latest trend. So you have like an AI thing that makes you look like Tom Cruise, and it's just like people doing activities as Tom Cruise, like juggling and playing golf and doing magic. It's not anything like particularly nefarious, which is what you could do with deep faking and has been done on naughty booby sites.
Infiltrate Scientology. That'd be my first thing.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just like regular. It's like regular Tom Cruise things that Tom Cruise probably does, but then putting it on TikTok and just using the hashtag. I think it's hashtag deepfake cruise. Why Tom Cruise was the one that was chosen for this? Don't know.
Why not? He's as weird as the others.
Maybe his fate. Maybe he is. I've always had this theory that he is a little bit like robotic, like he was made in a lab or something.
Yeah, definitely made it in petri dish.
So, like, maybe
a little bit too tight, so he didn't get to grow the full length like all the others.
So maybe AI doesn't have so much of a problem, like recreating his reptilian robotic nature. So, but apart from that, I got some new tech. I got the Line 6 Helix sponsor us.
Nice.
Sponsor us so we can all get one. And it's in sexy red. And that means I'll be able to make spooky sounds with my guitar.
Yeah, I look forward to hearing that loud. I look forward to hearing that live. And I also can imagine whatever fucking sound you download onto that pedal, you and I are going to have a fucking laugh with it.
Yeah. Well, do you remember my old keyboard that had the weird, like, woo, when you rubbed your hand over the,
had a
the weird
theremin
sensor? Yeah. Had like a shit electronic theremin that just went, woo, woo. Whale tail, woo. And apart from that, I suppose we're all buoyed by the news that Boris Johnson went into battle on the back of a horse to fight the coronavirus.
Donkey.
And and he came out and they came out with an amicable agreement that it would end on June the 21st or whatever it is.
So it was like, all right then.
All right, if I can carry on for a while, I'll carry on until June, and then
a few more.
You can have the country back. But yeah, in all seriousness, it looks like maybe gigs, and I don't want to get too hopeful, but it's the light in the tunnel at the end of the tunnel that we all need to look forward to. Yeah, it means we need to dust off our
dusty boots.
We need to restring our guitars and
Sahara Desert.
Get ready. Me, Joe, and Nancy are in a group chat, and we were saying it's nice to actually be able to talk about the band again.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, that's enough of the airwaves with my ramblings.
So, Mr. Grave, how have you been?
I've had an eventful week.
Oh yeah.
For those of you who haven't picked up, I took on I took on a COVID job, we'll call it, where I was a delivery driver for a UK business.
We shall call them Scragos.
Scragos.
Far away Vegas. And come Tuesday night, I decided that I'd had enough. I thought, fuck this. And I packed it in and I quit. And since then, I've felt very happy.
I love come Tuesday.
But not only that, but you and Joe have also now got PlayStation 5s.
We've got PlayStation 5s.
PlayStation 5s. So
Christ.
We're all in the next generation.
Oh.
And
who needs a job when you can rot away playing the PlayStation?
Who needs that when you've got 4K destroying your vision? When
the
you can't even see in 4K,
sad thing is, my work's been so busy that I haven't got to play it much. It's just sitting in my room, the massive white obelisk.
You've got like a pile of toys you can't do.
Yeah, I know.
Homework.
I can't play with.
And here's mine.
I will say as well, Dave, this is the longest I've ever seen your beard. It's got a bit of a Christian Bale quality to it.
Yeah, I know. It's getting a bit. It's finally.
It's looking all right though.
It's getting there. Yeah, I think I finally thought, fuck it.
You still look like a cunt, but
well,
no amount of beard can fix that. But at least it covers part of his face.
Beard doesn't grow this way, does it? So there's nothing I can do about that. So. Until they grow beards that grow upwards, I'm always going to be a massive cunt, aren't I?
Yes, you are. Ash, how have you been?
I've been pretty good, thank you. I've been fairly productive. I'm like this close to having my Quarantinis track finished. And I also did some sound effects work for somebody this week as well, which was quite nice. So
good stuff.
Yeah, it was good fun.
It
was good fun. Yes, actually on recommendation through Matthew. Actually, so
yeah, I've been your agent.
He's been my agent this week. So yeah, that was good fun. Yeah, I got it was really nice. I got a little bit of money and got a tip for it as well because he liked it.
Oh, wonderful! That's good stuff, mate.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Good stuff.
What about you, Matt? What have you been up to, eh?
Well,
you little cheeky boy.
Well,
apart from wearing your own merchandise.
Oh, mate, do you know what, though? With regards to Victor and the Bully style, like, I've got all the T-shirts, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
But there's only one T-shirt I don't wear with fucking dick shit's head on it. But,
don't worry to talk about me.
Come on.
But I actually really like the Victor and the Bully T-shirts. I frequently wear them.
Well, yeah. We've all gone for the casual look this week. Usually someone's in a shirt or something outrageous. Yeah. Or Matt's usually in something outrageous. We've gone for the comfy lockdown.
Yeah. So apart from that, I decided to go back on my longboard today. Today was the first day. So
facing your fears.
Yes.
A Matt Rogers tale.
Obviously, no. I know it sounds silly, but when you break your arm doing it, you do get a bit nervous about doing it. But I've recently found, like, near where I am, there's just flat tarmac the whole entire way.
Spikes.
And I went on it. I was out for an hour today, just on my board, just gliding, and I felt like I got a good exercise. I was knackered by the end of it. But at the end of it, there's a Quiznos sandwich shop open, and I'm like,
oh yeah,
I remember Quiznos. There used to be one in Blue Water.
Yeah, and there's literally one like 5-minute walk from my flat that I never knew was there.
They used to do this sandwich, and this is quite a common thing in America. But if you're an American listening, we do have a couple. It's not really common in the UK. You'd get this sandwich. It was like an Italian sandwich, and you'd get a pot of like beef gravy with it, and you dip the sandwich in the gravy, which I just thought was the weirdest concept.
Too wet.
Yeah, well, English sandwiches are wet enough, aren't they?
Yeah.
Salad cream.
Quote of the week.
Yeah.
Did your mum used to like make you a sandwich for school, and then by the time you got to lunchtime,
cucumber
it was a sog fest.
Like,
cucumber and tuna.
The bread wouldn't you bite into it, and the bread wouldn't like allow you to bite. It would just like squish with your mouth.
Yeah,
and then like you'd get this bit where you'd have like cheese and ham.
I find that
stick to the roof of your mouth.
And look, I'm not even being biased here, but I find that about all supermarket sandwiches, bar M&S, who have mastered how to not make a wet sandwich.
I used to like die of dehydration when I was at school
How many times did you die?
Well, because basically,
What's happened to Dave?
He's great.
What did you say?
You said it master the dry sandwich. I went, oh, that's so.
Salty sandwiches.
Salty sandwiches from M&S.
and anyway,
That's so fucking funny.
I used to go to school. My mum used to give me like a bottle of juice or a bottle of squash for like the day. But like you can, in a hot summer's day, you can quickly drink a hot, a bottle of water
hot
or
juice.
whatever.
A hot juice in a hot summer's day.
A little hot juice on a hot summer's day.
And then, but none of our like fountains worked, and I never used to have any money. Like I never used to get given any monies for like a vending machine or something like that. So throughout the rest of the day, I used to have this one drink and just sip it. And like in the hot summer, I used to be like,
Did you not have your government mandated hot milk that had been sitting out in the sun?
Hot milk.
Yeah, it would
like
just be
secondary school.
What year were you born? Are you like secretly 56 or something?
No, I used to have.
I had milk.
Everyone had milk.
I had
Just
milk at school.
because you had weak bones wherever you grew up.
Weak bone Billings.
Yeah.
For weak bone milk. I got my milk, but it was for weak bone milk only.
I have a question. Did your school not have water fountains? Because literally,
It did, but none of them worked.
Really?
well, that's illegal, isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
That's illegal.
I mean, saying that, my school got in trouble for putting a camera in the toilets. So there you
Well,
go.
Dave, your school didn't even have hot milk, mate. So
Yeah, true. We didn't have hot milk.
Yeah, your
We
bones
didn't
are
have milk.
Your
My school
bones are
didn't give us
shit.
milk.
that's what.
I mean, I'm
Oh,
fucking vegan.
Dry bone Billings.
Oh, mate. Yeah, now that you're a vegan, you've definitely got shit bones.
Oh, no,
I mean,
I tell you what, I went vegan because my primary school didn't give me milk. Yeah,
To be fair, I can't drink. I haven't been able to drink milk for years, so
Yeah, exactly.
I'm with you there.
Bamboo.
That's on calcium deficient. I don't know how you're
Well,
saying.
Me and Dave just fall apart in a stiff breeze.
Welcome to Sin and Gin podcast, where 50% of us have strong bones.
Bamboo bones,
they?
Billings.
This is the main thing you look for in a podcast. Strong
Strong
bones.
bones. Have you
Join
got
us
those white
next week.
lines under your nails? Is that not the thing?
Yeah, join us next week where we'll debate bones some more and what we can do. What is good about me and Dave is that we've got cat-like bones. You know where they've got collapsible skeletons? We can fit under door. Well, you know, like that we can fit under the gap in the door to get in a
No, you don't.
You can park a van back to back, and me and Joe can still get inside it.
Yeah, exactly.
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 Dead.
Pelican where you can like
Oh,
puke your spine.
Right,
out.
anyway,
Just get
anyway.
Should we do a show?
that way.
Should we do a show? Should we do Count Factula?
let's do
Nah,
Count
fuck it.
Factula.
Count Factula is the bit that we're doing next.
I've got facts for you. You've got facts for me. Well, here comes Count Factula to train you with his facts.
I am Count Factula.
Oh, welcome aboard, Count Factula. This is the third time we've attempted this, and
This is why the laughter. This is actually take 3 of a thing we've done 34 times now.
well, to Count Factula. In this segment, all of us will tell each other fabulous facts. Oh, fuck off. All of us will tell each other a fabulous fact that we've barely researched and we haven't told each other, and that's the bit. That's what you get.
That's the biscuit.
That's what you're fucking listening to. You fucking podcast. You're paying nothing, so this is what you get.
Yeah.
Right. So the first fucking fact is gonna be Joe.
Hi guys! Wow, that was great. That was probably the most aggressive Count Factula intro I've ever experienced.
Welcome to 2021.
Yeah, this is how it
blood
goes.
people, that's
This is just how it goes now.
Deal with it.
So this fact comes with a caveat that I will unlikely to say a lot of the names of people, countries, and places. So this is about Turkmenistan, which I think I got right there. So the president of Turkmenistan, whose name I will tackle in a minute because it's impossible to say, he has banned all coloured cars from the capital city of Ashgabat. Basically, only white cars are allowed. So, which is weird enough in its own. So the Turkmenistan president is called, here we go, Gurbanguly Berdi Muhammadov.
Beautiful British name.
Beautiful British name.
So one more time for me. Sorry. One more time.
Gurbanguly Birdie Mukmahamedov. I'm going to call him Birdie from now on.
Birdie. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to call him Birdie because fuck that name. But basically, he has banned the import. He started with the ban of import of black cars. He's really into white stuff because white is lucky, according to him. But he's gone one step further. In 2015, in the capital city of Ashgabat, citizens woke up to find their cars missing if they weren't white. They'd been towed away by officials, and they had to sign a document to get it back, saying they vowed to repaint the car white. Which is interesting because then all of the auto shops in Ashgabat doubled their prices, sensing the opportunity. So it went from about $500 equivalent to over $1,000 to get your car painted white, which in itself is funny. But then I thought, okay, he's got a funny name, Gurbanguly Birdie Mukmahamedov Birdie. I had a look into him, and I suppose he is a dictator with what we call the cult of personality. So, and I think all these things I'm about to say are funny, but with a serious side caveat that this guy is a dictator, and he is in a lot of ways worse than, say, Kim Jong-un. Yeah. He just doesn't have the nuclear arsenal. So, unfortunately, Turkmenistan is a country that is ruled by like a dictatorship under the guise of presidency. They rank one of the, I think they're the fourth lowest on press freedom, on human rights indexes, all of this. It's a really horrible place to live, akin to North Korea. Mm-hmm. But this guy is fucking mad. Like, he is mad. So, okay, so some of the things, and is because of the lack of press freedom, and because it's not internationally as well known as North Korea, it doesn't get a lot of journalism about it. So this was a bit hard to find. But luckily, there was a couple of things online, and John Oliver, do you know John Oliver, the comedian, the English comedian who works in America? He does the Not Tonight, he does the Last Week Tonight show in America, and he did a bit on this. And if you're going to watch anything online, watch this. It's fucking hilarious. But basically, he does things like he sends out these propaganda things to make himself look really fun to the West. A bit like Kim Jong-un, but this guy is like the ultimate. So there's a video of him slowly riding a bicycle, firing at targets, which is fun. He misses all of them. He did a rap video with his grandson about sports, and it's called Sporting Turkmenistan. He's done a lot of songs, and they're all the cringiest thing you'll ever see, and they're fucking amazing. Because not only is he a guitarist and singer, he's a DJ. And the best thing about it is whenever it does a close-up of him playing guitar, like it zooms in, smoke covers the camera because it's clearly miming. Like, these videos are great. There's just smoke everywhere from like the neck down. He also has an obsession with getting Guinness World Records. So these are the Guinness World Records that he's obtained for Turkmenistan. Highest density of white marble buildings in an area. World's largest indoor Ferris wheel. Largest architectural image of a star. Highest number of fountain pools in a public place.
Matt needs that.
World's largest cycling awareness lesson.
Wait, what?
Sorry.
World's largest cycling awareness lesson.
Guys, do you reckon we can get the sinners to beat it?
I would want nothing more than to beat one of these guys' world records because he has a lot of pride in them.
Guys, I think that's the new thing to try and do.
We're going to do a cycling awareness lesson.
We're gonna have to get all the sinners together, right? You're listening to this.
I'm just going to see how many people took part in this cycling awareness lesson. Yeah, go on, Matt.
No, I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you to find out because it'll be so good to just the fact that we can put it under as like the sinners or something like that.
Unfortunately, Matt, there was 3,200 people there.
That's all right.
I mean, the Facebook page has about 3,500 people. So It's an achievable goal. Yeah. And then this one will become more apparent in my next bit, which is they also have the largest horse head statue. Now, Mr. Birdie McMahamadov and horses is a love tale that has never been heard.
As old as time.
This man fucking loves horses, and he loves one particular horse breed, and it's called the Akhalketi. I definitely got that wrong. I mean, they're fit horses, basically. They're sexy. They're sexy horses. Forget what you know about horses. This is a sexy horse.
No, horses are wankers.
But whoa, Birdie McMahamadov would disagree. So he absolutely fucking loves these. He's written a book. He's named himself the People's Horse Breeder. He holds regular beauty contests for horses.
Your horse is so beautiful.
It's nice to have a hobby.
Yeah, and he has also written a number of songs and poems, which he broadcasts on Turkmenistan's only number one TV channel that they have. When I'm talking about freedom of press, they have one TV channel, one radio station, and one kind of internet page that they're allowed to go on. So do you want me to read?
Do you reckon they'd have like a Victor and the Bully moment? We can just...
or we can call ourselves Turkmenistan the band.
Yeah,
but
Turkmenistan and the Bully.
Their version of Sin and Gin is Horse and Horse.
Horse and Horse.
Hello, welcome to Horse and Horse.
I mean, guys, basically he got gifted a horse, one of these sexy Akhalteki horses.
Akhalteki.
He called it Rovach. He also made it illegal to change the name of a horse once you've named it, which is weird. Do you want to hear some of the poetry he's written about it and some of the songs?
I'd love to.
Oh my God.
So this is one. You are like the wind at dawn, like a vow that has been sworn, both seen and without form. You're an inspiration, Rovach.
Oh.
And then he wrote a song.
Kind of wholesome.
You're the sign of luck. You are anticipation, Rovach. Where there's a task, there's also a solution, Rovach. You're the great faith of our ancestors, a powerful force of example. You're both an epoch and an era. You're a holy prayer, Rovach. And this is my
Rovach!
And this is my favorite one. This was a little poem he did, and he read it out live on national TV and broadcast it out to the world with like an American guy doing a voiceover. You are the worship and memorabilia of ancestors. You are the passage of the past into tomorrow. Your neighing is the melody of heavens. Rovach, you are the anthem of my heart. Which, I'm not going to lie, sounds like something an emo girl would write in her journal. You are the anthem of my heart. But he's talking about a fucking horse.
Just to double down on the phrasing, he said he's talking about a fucking horse, not
fucking a horse. No. I think he may well have. But I encourage. But it's funny what you said, Matt, about trying to break their record, because I do encourage anyone to watch that video, the John Oliver video. The name of the show is Last Week Tonight, and what they actually did to piss him off. So basically, there was this incident where he was riding a horse and the horse buckled. Luckily, it was fine, but it was like a horse race. It buckled and threw him off really violently. Yeah. And he didn't want that footage getting out, so he got the police to confiscate all of the journalists' footage and stuff like that. But luckily, someone had got it on their phone and snuck it out of the kind of stadium, and it's like really embarrassing for him apparently. So John Oliver set the world record on the show by making the world's biggest giant marble cake with him falling off the horse on it, just to shame him. But honestly, it's a fucking great watch. But yeah, that's what was his first name again? Gurban Guli Birdie Mukmahamadov, and his horse obsession.
Thank you.
I've done a lot of
Joe.
I've done a lot of Birdie Mukmahamadov.
Can I quickly just finish off with something I was going to say before you go on to the next person?
You fucked a horse, haven't you?
Yeah, but no,
his cock is the same size.
I was just I was going to say the thing that gets me from that entire thing, going back to the original about painting all the cars white. Can you imagine trying to find your car in a car park?
Yeah, fuck that. it actually not to make
fuck's sake.
Not to make this long segment any longer, but I remember recording some music in Holland, in a place just outside Rotterdam, and we went to a music festival and we borrowed this. Everyone, so if you don't know already, Holland, sorry, we shouldn't call it Holland, should we? It's the Netherlands.
Yeah, it's the Netherlands.
They don't like it when we call it Holland.
It's not called Holland anymore. That name got dismantled a year ago.
Yeah, well, exactly. And also, it was only English people that use it. But anyway, bonus fact, Holland's bonus. Okay. But they all ride bicycles. Bicycles are so common. Like, everyone owns a bike and no one ever locks them up. We went to this music festival and we all kind of borrowed bikes off these people and they were all piled on the grass. Like, and we came out afterwards, like, how the fuck do we find our bikes? And they were like, just grab anyone. Grab one that's your size. And we just did. Fucking weird. Like, you couldn't imagine that here, but because every single person's got a bike and there's like 2 bike companies there, it was just like, just fucking grab one.
The same bike. Anyway,
yeah. But anyway, that's my fact.
So the next fact is going to be Mr. Graves.
Hey, that's me. Have you heard of the War of the Bucket?
No.
The War of the Bucket. Now, so basically, for those that you don't know, a lot of people have heard of the War of the Bucket. Well, I say a lot of people that may have known of the War of the Bucket will be quite surprised by this because it turns out it's quite a different story altogether. But it's to do with it.
Is it bucket singular?
Bucket. But basically, there's a lot of people that believe there was a war between Medina and Bellina in Italy. Medina and Bellina. For years. Over what a lot of people believe was just a bucket. It was a 300-year-long struggle between these two people.
300?
300-year-long.
Was this bucket gold?
Well, this bucket was a very special thing. But basically, the background of the story is from the late Middle Ages until the Renaissance, northern Italy was divided between factions supporting the rival political claims of the Holy Roman Emperor and the Pope. So Medina was a Ghibellin, and basically, I should also state, like Joe did earlier on, a lot of the words I'm going to use
are they as hard as Guggenbuli Bubelebnuf?
They'll be basically a pissed dyslexic person's version of a word. You interpret it how you want. If you know what I'm on about,
Guli,
words together.
Bernie McMahon.
Don't know what I'm on about. Make it up as you go along. You know, that's the fun of this show, really. So basically, there was these 2 towns in Italy that were kind of had like different faiths, different sides of the same sort of religion. You know how people like to divide things for no sake. So in 1176, Frederick Barbarossa was defeated at the Battle of Leganto by the Lombard League, which supported Pope Alexander III. This was the start of a period in conflict in medieval Italy. So basically, medieval Italy, pretty much all different areas of Italy and different towns of Italy were divided over their basis of what Catholicism should be. Yeah. A lot of people were divided on such very small, simple matters that they were at war with each other, where they were killing each other.
Cute.
Doing it with God.
But that's the only time. That's the only time that religion has caused, political unrests, isn't it?
That's the only time.
Yeah,
the only one and only
time.
Just Italy, and then since then, everyone went, well, it was just that one time in Italy.
Remember that one time in Italy?
They were like, well, that was weird. Lucky we got away with that one. Never happen again, will it? Yeah. Anyway,
there was a time in Nantucket when there was a war with a bucket.
Oh, that was such a dad joke. Christ.
That's great.
Fucking hell.
Basically.
That was top tier.
Was it?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I feel like the fact is now completely pointless because
Go on, carry on.
Basically, between these 2 towns, to break a long story short, these 2 towns went to war mainly over their religious differences of following the same faith of Catholicism, but to make the war feel like they had a reason to actually be at war.
Incredible.
Someone apparently stole a bucket that was used in a holy house. Excuse me, as a way of fetching water and then filling up holy areas of this house. Someone stole this bucket and they used that as the main reason to excuse to carry on the war.
Somebody stole my pee-pee bucket.
Pretty much. So one side, I believe it was...
Was it capture the flag?
Pretty much, yeah. So Bologna, when war came to be, they sent out 32,000 people to fight this war. And then Medina...
Give me my bucket, you cunt!
Yeah. Modena had 7,000 people versus 32,000.
Oh my
So-
god.
7,000. Well, fucking hell, it's like 300. It's like the Battle of Thermopylae.
Pretty much, yeah. So it was like it was a huge war. It was a huge war. Everything. But it was all based down to religious.
What are you laughing at? That's the name of the place.
I just said Muppet Bucket for Muppet.
Bucket and Thermopylae. God, Dave's facts get really derailed here.
God, just get to the fucking point.
That's pretty much it. It's-
So basically, people went to war over religion, but used the bucket as a scapegoat.
yeah, pretty much there.
Don't blame God, it was the
bucket as a scapegoat.
fucking bucket.
The bucket. We were fighting over that. But no, it's religion once again.
Ash, what's your
Just-
joke? What's your
What's
joke?
my joke? What's my joke?
Hey,
That's a
guys.
fucking joke.
Hey guys, how much is it to play sports at Hogwarts?
How much?
Quid each.
Ash,
Right,
what's your
okay.
fact?
Right, so have any of you heard of the Terror of South China?
Yes.
You have.
No.
Terrible.
Oh,
Good day, everyone. But this is the story of Xingxi. It was a prostitute that turned into the Lord of the Pirates. 18th century concubine, became the Terror of South China. So
This was going to be my fact last week.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, but I changed it at the last minute.
Well, okay, fair enough.
Because we were
there
doing
you go.
Valentine's ones.
Yeah, okay, well, there you go. It seems to, I've noticed that, Joe, that you and I seem to be linked a lot of the time with our facts and stuff.
Yeah, no, I love this. Carry on. This is great, this one.
So, in a rags to riches story for the ages, prostitute turned pirate lord Xingxi remained one of the most feared and successful pirates in history. After her husband's death, she took over the infamous Red Flag fleet, leading over 50,000 pirates, and lived to tell the tale with all of her acquired riches intact. So pretty much the way her story starts was that she was a prostitute basically on like it's like a floating sort of a boat of sorts. It was kind of like a prostitute to
Those sinking boats.
It's got shattered. I had the word for it, but I've lost
Floating
it.
boat of sorts.
Bordello. There we go. That's the one.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of. Thank you very much. Yeah. So,
sorts.
so she was a prostitute to begin with, a floating brothel. There you go, floating brothel. That was what I was thinking of. Then the pirate commander of the Red Flag fleet actually ended up proposing to she, or at least it's so believed. There is also a possibility that they say that he ordered a raid on the bordello and actually captured her, and then sort of asked her to marry him. But yeah, tomato. There you go. So, with conditions for the proposal, she basically said, "I will marry you as long as we get equal partnership in the fleet leadership." So he gets admiral's share of anything attained, and he stayed true to his word. And they actually both ran the pirate fleet together, which grew over time. And they initially possessed around 200 ships around the time that they got married, but it eventually grew up to close to 1,800.
They were like one of the most successful pirate operations of all time.
Yeah.
It's absolutely mental the amount they managed to raid.
Look at this. This is one of their largest successes came in 1804 when the fleet issued a blockade of the Portuguese trading port at Macau, located on the south coast of China. The Portuguese sent a squadron to fend off the pirate attack, but the Red Flag promptly overpowered them. Even the British Royal Navy declined to get involved, instead providing naval escorts to ships belonging to them and their allies. Just 6 years after she got married to the commander, Zengi, his name was. He fought his last fight amid the Tay Son Rebellion in Vietnam, where he died in 1807. So she sees this opportunity, and actually, with the support of the second in command, Chang Pao, she oversaw the command of the entire squadron, and she actually went on to basically become even more successful over that time. Queen Bee, yeah.
She was a really fair leader as well, I heard. Yeah.
So it's saying here, like it's known as officially known as the name she would be remembered by, Xingxi, which translates to Xing's widow or Xingzen's widow, oversaw somewhere between 50,000 and 70,000 pirates.
Wow.
She says she was a ruthless ruler who kicked off a regime with a strict code of conduct. Going forward, the crew would account and register any and all money seized in raids before they could distribute it amongst themselves. Likewise, the ships responsible for the capture would receive 20% of the bounty, with the remainder sent into a large collective fund that the entire fleet could enjoy. Anyone caught with holding bounty would face severe whippings and on some occasions beheading. With everyone on board in both a physical and figurative sense, Xi's team would go on to pillage the South China coast, taking over several towns and taxing countless others. Violence helped them succeed. But going on, there's more to it. They sunk it says here, under Xi's rule, the fleet sunk 63 Chinese government vessels, which prompted the British and the Portuguese Navy to stay out of the affairs. But as it goes on,
which sounds fucking terrifying.
But as it goes on, it got to a point where pretty much after all of this was going on, there was no way they were going to be able to beat her. Like they wanted to desperately, and they just couldn't. So what they did was they actually struck a deal with her, and they basically gave her amnesty, and she got to keep all of her riches as well to stop her basically doing it. So she basically fucked off, went and lived a normal life, got married to her former, I think it was her former second in command, and lived a life of luxury from all of the shit that she.
I mean, what is the
fair play? Good to her.
I suppose so. What is the lesson here?
Yes.
What is the lesson here? You give command of a large fleet to an organized woman, and she basically was like, she set up a trust fund. Essentially, is what she did.
Well, Queen Victoria was also known as Queen of the Pirates as well.
I mean, this woman.
But one of the two, of England, was all the British emperors pretty much were pirates, and they were used as main slave trade shit and stuff like that.
Guys,
it would be Queen Elizabeth and Queen Victoria. Why
are you talking about this stuff? I'm going to go into my fact.
Okay.
Oh.
I was going to just quickly finish it just before that. One more thing about it was that she's actually kind of lived on in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, sort of largely based on Mistress Ching in
cool.
at World's End. So yeah.
Right. How much does your girlfriend love you?
I hope a lot.
Yeah,
6 out of 10.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about the fighting girlfriend T-34. So, this is about a wonderful woman called Maria Octopuses.
Wow, we've all picked terrible names to pronounce today.
Why are we doing
I know. And basically, when I'm going to go into more details, but the long story short is that when she heard that her husband died during World War II,
she became a pirate.
What a twist!
No. So she didn't hear until two years after his death.
Oof.
But she decided to sell all of her possessions and belongings and everything in order to buy a tank so that she could become part of the Russian allies.
Oh, she was Russian.
Yeah, she was Russian.
She was Russian to get into the action.
Yes.
And she basically decided to buy a tank.
Dave's gone off to play PS5.
She basically went off to buy a tank, and in revenge so she can revenge her husband, and of course, the loss of a loved one was awakened the anger, which turned into hatred for the Germans. Sorry, God. Ash. Maria was the first of one of the soldiers that had been given the last defend against the Germans on the Crimean front. After her husband's death in 1941, Maria was in so much pain from her loss, she sold all of her possessions and bought a T-34 model 1941 medium tank.
On the Crimean front.
And so basically
Crimea River.
She sent a check to Stalin himself for 50,000 rubles to buy a tank, and was like, I want a tank, but it has to be called the Fighting Girlfriend, and she has to drive it.
In Russia, girlfriend fights you.
Yeah, and Stalin was so impressed by this that he was like, yeah, that's awesome. And so Maria's husband had previously previously taught her actually a lot of this stuff. And during World War II, a lot of Russian wives were told to basically go to war as like nurses or helpers in any way they could. And so she basically she heard about her husband's death and sent a check for 50,000 rubles and said, I want a tank. I want to be driving a tank and I want to fuck up Germans. And it was granted. And she did a lot of damage. I mean, now, without going into it too much, she did. One of the main things was her husband had taught her also how to repair tanks and how to, apart from learning how to shoot and all that sort. They were basically a military family, and unfortunately, she was killed whilst repairing her tank. But
R.I.P.
What a babe.
Russian in peace.
Yeah. Russian in pieces if it blew up.
Oh!
Sorry, that was distasteful. I apologise. That was distasteful.
Oh, she's been dead for like 70 years, man. Don't worry about
But
it.
it's still a bit distasteful. She's a trooper.
Hey, Ashley, you are horrible.
Yeah, you
I
are
didn't
on fire
actually
with
mean
dad
that.
jokes.
I
mate.
didn't
picking on
actually
her
mean
for,
that
man?
one.
Typical
Ryan
from a
me,
fucking Fanta drinker.
Yeah.
Do you know
Ryan
what
me
it
a
is?
river.
Sorry,
Just 'cause they
I
fucked you
just
up on
want
the
to add
Western Front.
something. I want
Did
to
they
add
kill your
something
ancestors,
quickly.
Ash?
Since the whole Fanta fiasco in this, I have not drunk Fanta since.
I thought you were going to say, since the whole Fanta fiasco, I've had some interesting characters follow me on Facebook.
Yeah, since the whole Fanta fiasco.
Yeah, Ash, that's what war criminals say.
Yeah.
Since the whole Fanta fiasco, I've doubled down and become a super Nazi.
Super Nazi.
Right, I think we get the idea of where my factor's going. Let's go to the next section.
Oh.
Maria Super Russian.
After a long hard day of being out in the fields and taking down a couple of foxes with the hounds, you'll find the chaps and myself back inside with a lovely spot of tea. But we need a biscuit that will beat the rest, and a biscuit that will put them all to shame. That's right, the one and only Matthew Victor Rogers Jammy Dodgers. They're delicious and nutritious and taste just like regular old Jammy Dodgers, but they're different because Matthew Victor Rogers put his name on it. So if you're posh and you're down for a nosh with a spot of tea or two, get yourselves down and help yourselves to a Matthew Victor Rogers Jammy Dodgers. They are jammy and they do dodge. And now new available green flavor. I do love that green.
Right, you fuckers.
Whoa!
All right.
Sorry, I'm
What
new
did I
to
do
this.
to you?
This is my first time. So
Be gentle.
right.
With
So
Ash Wild.
this week I am doing the game.
Oh, you spoil
I've
us.
never done a done a
you're
game
such a
before.
virgin.
Oh, I know.
He's such a virgin.
You're a
Such a
gurgin.
virgin. Such a virgin. I know.
Gurgin.
Okay. Right. So I'm going with the same format that you guys have been going. So it'll be a case of we'll have a real element and a fake element. And I've gone with musicals. So this includes Broadway and film. So the name of this game this week, because it's not very imaginative, Musical or Poosical?
I also suggested High School Poosical.
You did suggest High School Poosical, and I kind
It
of
was
wish I'd gone with
rejected.
that. It was kind of rejected.
High School Poosical 2, the new class.
So,
Poo class.
High School Musical Poo. Right. Poo 2. So I have actually.
School poo. The poo class.
Poo, the poo
Poo
poo.
is also a poo.
Got it.
And I was just going to say, I've actually gone through and I've got a quite extensive list of musicals, and I've made a few of my own. So who's keeping score?
Davies.
Okie dokie. Right. So I'm going to start with.
So wait.
Oh, yeah,
Are these real musical, as in the musical titles?
The titles of musicals, yes. So this could
Right,
be
okay.
Broadway, West End, films, but mainly Broadway and West End.
Okay.
but there are a couple of films in there as well. Okay, and then I've got a
Okay.
few that I've made up.
Okay.
Right. So we are going to start with Bar Mitzvah Boy.
Musical.
Poosical.
Dave?
Musical.
It is musical. It's 1978. Yes! West End. Okay. Right. Choo Ching Chow.
Musical.
Musical.
Matt?
Musical.
Yep, it's musical, and it's from 1916, and it was the West End. Okay. Hitler in Hollywood.
Musical.
Poosical.
Musical.
It's Poosical.
I thought that was definitely going to be one.
It's definitely right. Honk.
Musical.
Oh, Poosical.
Poosical.
It's a musical.
Oh, wow.
West End.
Honk if you're horny. Is that like it's like stomp?
Do you have details about these?
I've got years and they're sort of where they're from. I don't have the
Is it
exact
like
dates.
stomp, but instead of like
I don't
that,
know.
it's just geese?
I feel
Some
like
of these keep it-
I remember seeing like a 1950s era for honk.
I believe it or not,
remember seeing a
that is the one that I haven't got a year for in my
right.
entire list. I don't know why. I must have missed it, but it's listed as West End. I
See a
know that
poster
much.
with like a honk,
Yeah,
a woman going.
I'll have to look it. I'll look it up. But the Magic Mrs. Pigglewiggle.
Poosical.
Musical.
What about you, Matt?
Poosical.
It's musical.
Damn it.
That one's a red herring. That one because it's very much like Joe's
Sounds like,
character.
yeah. Yeah.
That is totally a joke.
There's the way you said it. As
Maybe
well.
I wrote this musical.
All right. AIDS the musical.
Oh,
that was in-
that's a musical. That was in.
It's in Team America, isn't it? So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a musical.
Musical.
I'll tell you what, I've got it. I've technically got it listed as Poosical because it is from Team America, but it's a fake one. But I'll say have that as a point.
Oh, is that the one that goes?
technically it is.
Everyone has
AIDS, yeah.
AIDS.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
AIDS.
Right. Do a few more.
So do you.
Fluffy's Fandango.
Musical.
Yeah,
Musical.
No, musical.
If you've got musical, yeah,
Yeah.
and you haven't seen Poosical.
Poosical, yeah.
It's Poosical, yeah, it's Poosical.
I love the way you went. Yeah, it's Poosical. Fluffy's Fandango. Don't be such a fucking idiot, Dave.
do a couple more. How to succeed in business without really trying.
Oh, that's a musical.
Yeah.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, musical.
Yeah, that is musical. Yeah, I thought that one was a bit obvious.
That was a book.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that one was a bit too obvious, but
We're very close in this one. I've got 6 and the other 2 have got 5.
Oh, bibbidi boo! Hey, look at my shoe.
boobs.
Musical.
They're great. Oh, boobs. The boobs, the musical. Yeah, that's a musical.
I'm gonna say Poosical just because I want more points than Dave.
It's musical.
Ah, damn.
We'll do one more.
No, it's, so
That's
one,
1 point behind me.
I'm 1 point behind, so I need
We're
to
one more behind.
draw.
All right. Well, if you get to a draw, then I'll do a tiebreaker.
Okay.
Okay. If it works out that way. Night of the Living Dead, the musical.
Oh, that's musical.
I'm gonna say musical.
Musical.
Play Poosical just to defy the scores.
It's musical. Yeah, it's from a couple of years ago.
Right,
So we got a tiebreaker now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Me and My Dick.
That's a musical. That's a musical. I know that. I know that's a musical.
Dave, did you, Matt, did you say Poosical?
Yeah, musical.
It's a Poosical.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's musical.
Well done, Dave.
I'll give you a couple of like honourable mentions. A couple of my own
Can I
ones.
just point out,
Yeah.
I didn't go see me and my dick.
Yeah, all right.
yeah. All right.
I can remember someone telling me they went to go see.
Well done, Ash.
my
That was
dick.
So, okay,
And
a
Ash,
couple
they
more.
said that you were fantastic in it.
Do you know what? The funny thing is that shit, I missed that one. There is, believe it or not, a musical called The Fantastics from 1960. I wish I'd fucking put that in there.
That reminds me of Arrested. I don't know if you guys watch Arrested Development, but it reminds me of that.
Yeah. So I'll give you a couple of honourable mentions of my own ones. We've got Flavour Behaviour.
Oh, Flavor Behavior's great. That's much better than Fluffy McFlufferton or whatever.
I said Fluffy's Fandango. Pretty and Pointless.
Good. I mean, these were much better than some of the ones you did say.
Pointless. That's fucking.
Pretty and Pointless could genuinely be a musical.
I want to call an album.
Right, reminds me
and
of
then
my exes.
Oh! And then we got one more, which was Singing in Splendour. And then a couple of honourable mentions on actual ones. The Hoboken Chicken Emergency. That was fucking wonderful.
Wow.
Lock Up Your Daughters.
I know
That
that
was
one.
fucking great. Lucky Stiff. The Rothschilds, which...
Oh, really?
And then,
The Banking Dynasty.
then Soviet Zion 2014.
Nice.
And then one that I think everyone does know is Urinetown, which...
no.
Oh yeah, everyone knows
Oh,
that.
everyone knows about
yeah.
Urinetown.
and then Alter Boys.
I'm sorry, but the three last ones you made up were like way more convincing than the other ones you
I
came up.
I don't know. Yeah, I know, but like it's.
You always second guess
I don't know,
yourself, don't you?
His
yeah,
first time.
It's his first time. Be nice to him.
I
Come off,
like I
Joe.
literally went through A to Z.
No, well done, Ash. Well done, Ash.
Thank you.
Very good. I enjoyed the High School Poosical.
So was that a bib bib I heard? Sorry.
That was a bit of a bit. I think it's time for shit news.
Oh shit!
This is the latest dispatch just received in our news.
Zin Podcast, bringing you the latest news from around the world with Victor Garsley, Crowboy, Frank and Gene, and Mr. Graves. This is Shit News. Yeah, so it's shit news.
The least enthusiastic intro to that. Ladles and jelly spoons, you are joined here with Hot Lips, Funky Gibbon, Teabag, and Longsock. We are your news team. We are drip feeding you news with a small pipette that you used to use in science labs at school. Yes, with the small PP into your mouth. Yeah, you've got your mouth open, your tongue, tongue out, ready to receive the slick drops of news we're spreading down onto you.
Straight from the PP.
Straight from the PP. By PP, I mean pipette, not a willy. Don't be disgusting.
Be disgusting.
For some reason, Dave's gone utterly and entirely French, but we will get onto that later. So into this week's news, fantastic. Chanel Hayes shows off incredible weight loss by wearing a crop top.
I'm glad for her.
Piers Morgan furiously slams woke imbeciles over genderless Mr. Potato Head. And I will say on this one,
Oh God.
I've always disliked Piers Morgan, as most people in our generation have. But he was really fighting for some
He's
against
been
some.
the voice of reason for 2020.
Do you know what? He was. I'll give him his dues. He was fighting for some good things, and then he says something fucking dumb as shit.
He's a cunt.
He's a cunt,
He is a fucking waste of
and he's going into my banana bin. See you later. Full of glee. The Chase fans lose it as there's a guy on there that looks like a Brendan Gleeson lookalike. It turned out that it was his son.
Obviously.
Those people, I don't know.
Sean Ryder says he's taking more drugs than ever, which give him huge erections.
I thought you said jogs.
Bastard.
Taking more jogs than ever. That's giving
Really long jogs, and it's giving him a fucking erection.
You can't jog. You'll
And,
fucking die if you go for a jog.
And it wouldn't be shit news without going back to our good friend Katie Price. She's warned by the police after her fans snitched on her after she broke lockdown rules. She went across the county to get a takeaway and then went and visited fans' homes to say
What a
thank you
prick.
for buying her soap or something.
Okay.
But what I want to focus on this
Go
week,
in Joe's banana bin.
you can get right in Joe's banana bin.
Run, banana bin.
This week, recently it was discovered that octopuses punch fish sometimes for no reason, just because it's fun.
Fucking prick.
So basically,
Vegan, I agree.
Octopuses have been observed in the wild when they do actually hunt in packs. Sometimes some breeds of octopus, and it's believed they punch fish to kind of hunt. But actually, it's been discovered as well that they just punch fish for fun, like with no intention of hunting them. They just kind of just doing it. I like one of the fact that one of the researchers was underwater in scuba equivalent. He said, "I almost choked on my regulator. I just burst out laughing." But yeah, so basically, there's a cool video of this octopus just punching a fish. It says, you can see that sometimes punches are like a small boop, and other ones, the whole arm curls up and uncurls, kind of like a boxer. It's quite rare, and it doesn't happen particularly often, but it just feels like when they're bored and they're full, they've had their lunch, they just might go around and fucking punch a fish.
That's just basically like outside of fucking Weatherspoons.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe they've had a
fucking say. What'd you fucking say, mate?
They've had a few too many bombardiers, and they're looking for a fight.
Tenants.
And they see a fish giving them the old stink eye,
the old side eye,
the old side eye, which is the only eye that fish can do. Let's face it. Oh shit! No, I'm gonna have to stop that for Funky Gibbon. Sorry, Funky Gibbon. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you. So,
wow.
the satellite was a little bit faster that time, thankfully.
Yeah. That's
mainly because I was panicking. I was panicking because I didn't have my news story ready. But
panicking Skywalker.
You weren't too sure if it was you, were you?
Panicking Skywalker.
Just FYI, if you've got this far in the podcast, we usually do one of these every week, and we actually had a week off, so we've come back extra silly.
I'm excited.
We're very excited, boys.
This in world news, Barak the sheep loses 35 kilograms of fleece in much needed trip to the barbers.
Bastard!
The sheep have been living wild. The sheep have been living wild, but was not in a good way when he found with the heavy fleece covering his thin frame. Now, guys,
I've seen the video of this.
You've seen the video of him.
Did he escape or something?
He was living in the way. I don't know exactly.
He did years ago, didn't he?
He did, yeah. So if you see pictures of it, like I said, I'll tell you what. I'll give you a quick link in the chat just so you can get this for context.
The crazy thing is with it is that he wasn't. If there was any predators, they literally couldn't attack him.
Whoa!
Exactly, yeah.
He had so much wool.
He's got like a bulletproof vest on.
He pretty much did. Like if there was like a pack of wolves, they couldn't get through.
Before and after, man, is great.
I'm not gonna lie though. Like, imagine how good that felt being that sheep.
Yeah.
It's quite sad if you see the video footage of it. Like, you can see the wall literally. Like, you can see this flesh from his face getting like yanked away by the wall.
Yeah, I mean, if you look into it, because obviously sheep are obviously bred to, so they can be sheared annually. They don't shed themselves. So looking through it, like they were saying that they believed he had an owner, and he had definitely been ear tagged at one time, but they said because of the thick matted fleece, it basically tore that out of his ear.
Ooh.
Yeah, so like he said, there's a lot of other things. Like he said, he could barely see. He could barely stand.
I'm surprised he stayed alive that long.
Yeah, like I said, I think Matt was saying though, it's because, like I said, predators just couldn't kill him. So, like, pretty much,
he was a fucking bulletproof sheep.
I know, what a sweetheart. What an absolute sweetheart.
Yeah.
I love him.
But I said
that is one lamb I wouldn't have as lamb chops.
Yeah. His hooves were in great condition from running over the rocks in the forest. He said he was in a bit of a bad way. He was underweight, and due to all of the wool around his face, he could barely see. But apart from a few nicks when he got trimmed, he was relatively good afterwards. So, yeah.
And because of all that added weight, his meat tasted fantastic.
Yeah, he was really like, it was just pulling on his meat, so it made it really tender. Sorry, live from Dartford. It's Teabag. Singular Teabag. Are you in?
Singular Teabag. I am here. Love hurts. Love hurts.
Sure it does.
From the man
Man
in a
reveals
relationship.
hackers demanded $1,000 ransom to release his digitally locked chastity belt, forcing him to use bolt cutters and cutting himself in the process.
Sorry, repeat that whole line again? Did you digitally what?
So
I know about
there's a chastity belt that's just been released, and it's digitally, in order you put your meat and veg in it,
Yeah.
and
Sausage and 2 cucumbers.
basically it's all done via an app,
Well, someone else has the access to.
pretty much, yeah. But this guy got caught with some hackers who refused let his dick out of the chastity belt and held him for ransom for $1,000. And where after which he paid, and then they asked him for more money,
It's always the way.
and to which he was like, "Well, I can't pay anymore. What am I going to do?" And him and his other half had to literally get the bolt cutters out
Oh my God.
to try and get out of this chastity belt. It's apparently the app has now had a recent update to stop.
I was going to say, I'd sue the fuck out. No, I'd sue the fuck out of the company.
Yeah.
Made it. Can someone explain to me I might be being naive here. I don't see the appeal
No.
No, I don't either.
I think
of like even a traditional one.
so. Okay, so I think the idea is that you
I
literally
think I get
can't-
the concept.
You can't get a boner.
I get the concept, but I
Yeah.
just don't get the appeal. Maybe I'm running in the wrong circles. I don't know.
Yeah, the idea is that you can't even
Feel
get a boner.
controlled.
It's denial.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
complete denial.
It's control.
And that when you're finally allowed to have that release, it's the most exhilarating thing.
Yeah, I guess the Internet of Things has gone too far there.
You know, and
Yeah, the,
by
the
it
digital
being-
side of it. Why?
yeah, I mean, it costs $170.
I suppose.
Well, that guy $1,170.
Yeah,
I suppose there's a simple oversight that they missed there. I mean, look, my car has like a clicky button, right? That I unlock my car with, but it also has a key for if that function doesn't work anymore.
And it costs more than that.
I mean, my car does cost more than a chastity belt, yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for that observation, Dave.
But what I'm saying is, your car that costs a lot more money than a chastity belt has technically
Less
a more
security.
simple security.
Yeah, like
Something that's
you'd think
a
there'd be a
lot-
backup, wouldn't you? For
That's what I'm
something
saying,
that is
yeah.
literally locking away one of the organ that you piss
your
out
second
of.
most prized. Well, there we go. Yeah, your car or your penis is your second most.
Car or your penis? I'm going to pick my penis every time.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's enough penis talk because I hear that Long Socks has got a scoop. a hot, delicious scoop.
Nice sweaty old scoop for you right here. Did you know that mayonnaise helps sea turtles suffering from oil spills? And
I did not know that. No.
Oh, I didn't know this.
so mayonnaise has been being used to help sea turtles. So basically, where there's been massive oil spills in the oceans from ships or refineries from pipes from BP back in 2012 when they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. They still don't know what the fuck
We're
they're doing.
sorry.
We're sorry.
We're sorry.
Lots of the main
Sorry.
sea animal that seems to kind of get the worst of it is turtles.
Oh, it's so sad.
Yeah, they must go
they-
through hell, man.
They get the blunt of the blunt end of the stick. But apparently
Leonardo's still pissed off.
he's still agitated as shit. He's on the beach right now. Anyway, basically, animal rescuers and some other organizations have been using mayonnaise to help sea turtles that have ingested oil. So where they've been out in the oceans and there's been oil spills from any situation whatsoever, if they found turtles, what they do is they capture the turtles, bring them back, and they've been feeding the mayonnaise. And basically, mayonnaise is broke down to three main principles. It's egg yolk, some sort of like acidicness, like lemon, and then like an oil. And you mix it up, and you keep mixing it up quick enough till it gets to a point where the three substitutes kind of get to a perfect balance where they make that kind of like weird white liquid. If you don't get it there, it will do some weird, it'll separate basically. But if you get it to the perfect thing, they'll join perfectly together. So where they're force feeding, well, they're not force feeding, but they're obviously, well, I guess they are. They're force feeding these turtles mayonnaise.
Foie gras turtle. Mayonnaise filled Foie gras turtle.
Delicious. I mean, so does that make me? If I force feed myself mayonnaise when I'm sad, does that make me a turtle?
Yes.
I don't think oil makes you sad. I think it kills you. But
No, but I force feed myself mayonnaise. when I'm
Okay, so
sad.
going back to the turtles.
yeah, the reason it works is
Yeah.
because of the oil and the citric acids from like the lemon and stuff like that. I don't understand why you eat mayonnaise when you're sad. But anyway, because of that, because they're making the turtles eat so much, because obviously turtles wouldn't eat lemons and that acidicness from like lemon, and the oil substitute from the natural oil of like virgin oil or whatever the hell like cooking oils they're using there helps to break down the actual oil that's come from the oil refineries in the ocean that they've been drinking and consuming into their bodies. So
That
it
kinda
helps
makes
break
sense.
that down
Yeah.
and helps allow them to digest it a lot quicker and keeps them alive. Because basically a lot of turtles are consuming it, gets into their body, sits in their body, and eventually kills them through poisoning and a nice, slow, painful death.
They're all like, I'm not
Imagine
a
You
robot.
mutant me, you turtles.
Imagine how delicious that like mayo-soaked turtle soup's going to be.
Oh, so good.
Teenage BP mutant turtle.
But yeah, basically, so mayonnaise,
BP mayo turtle.
egg yolks.
Well, that's the name of the episode, isn't it? Teenage Mutant. Was it?
Teenage
Mutant
BP
BP
Mayo
Turtles.
Turtles.
BP Mayo Turtles. That's your episode right there. Write that down. Someone.
Write that down, Matt, quick.
I'm surprised that you guys didn't pick up on my original joke, by the way, when I said this, unless you completely ignored it. I went, those turtles must be going through hell, man.
Oh, you're a
Didn't even pick up on it,
disgusting.
mate.
Your dad jokes are fucking awful today.
What's going on? Is your dad sitting
Right,
behind
let's
the
go.
screen
Let's
going,
go.
"Here's one."
Let's go to the Blank-O-Mattic. Let's go. Let's just go. Just
Do the thing. Roll it.
go.
Blank-O-Mattic, it's chromatic, it's dramatic. Blank-O-Mattic, it's Blank-O-Mattic.
Okay, you lot. Now, you lot. Right, we're all blokes, right? We're all bloody blokes.
Oh, everyone here,
So,
everyone listening, just a bloke. And if you're not a bloke, you're an honorary bloke.
Right, and if you are a bloke,
Blokey bloke.
You're a double
you need to
bloke.
listen to this. So we're going to use the Blank-O-Mattic, and if you're unaware of what the Blank-O-Mattic is,
Blank-O-Mattic.
we find a generator online to create a story, a letter, or something. But
L.
guys, you know what? I was really confused the other day,
You're right.
and I was chatting to my other half, and we were having a
yeah.
good chat. Right?
Yeah.
It was fine.
Was he a bloke as well?
No, it wasn't a
Bloke.
bloke.
Was it a lady
definitely wasn't.
bloke?
It was a lady bloke.
Ooh.
lady bloke.
And she said, "Do you know how to put on do you know how to put in a tampon for the first time?" And I was like,
yes.
"I did not know how to put in a tampon."
I actually, I watched an episode of Big Mouth, and this was one of the things on there.
So-
the Netflix show.
We're gonna use the Blank-O-Mattic to how to use a tampon for the first time.
I'm not going to lie, right? The preface of this is that blokes have got it really easy. Our anatomy is quite simple.
Yeah,
Women are like a 2,000 piece puzzle. Men are like just a block of cheddar.
just
Just a big fucking wedge of cheddar.
That's
And
one
you-
bit-
just
what?
a Polaroid.
Yeah.
So that's why we're lactose intolerant.
okay.
Yeah.
So how to use a tampon for the first time? We need a verb base form.
Gosh.
God,
Oh
okay.
my god, no.
We need a noun plural.
Toast machine. Toast sock.
Toasties.
Toasties.
Toast.
I like the idea of toast sock because that would be like slang for vagina.
Talent toast.
Oh,
Toast socks.
Show us your toast sock. No, just sock.
it's plural, isn't it?
Sing. Oh, is it plural?
Yeah, plural.
Oh, toast socks. Yeah.
They're just like, oh yeah,
Adjectives.
chubby,
Curvaceous.
Beautiful.
No, I've gone,
purring.
I've gone for curvaceous.
Miss.
Noun.
And now.
Oh, crust.
Evil.
Crust demon.
I don't know.
Crust demon.
Fishing.
Ow.
Crusty bread.
Evil crusty bread.
I quite like crusty bread.
Bloody excitement.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're how to use a tampon for the first time, and we've used crusty bread.
We're men.
We're bloody blokes, aren't
We're
we?
blokes, so fuck you. That's why.
We're bloody blokes, so fuck you. That's why.
So that's how we use a tampon.
Part of body.
Vagina.
Ham lips.
I was going to say piss lips, but
Gusset.
Ham lips.
Deep sea creature.
Oh, no. Honey glazed ham lips.
No.
Honey glazed.
Spam.
Honey glazed ham lips. Noun
Spam lips.
plural.
Spunk muffin.
Granny's grains.
Salt cracker. Danger toad.
Les Dennis's Danger Toad.
oh, for God's sake.
Why is Les involved?
Why is Les involved? Hold up. Why is Les involved? What's he got to do with
What
this?
royalties has he paid on this episode?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't get an email from him.
Les Dennis's Danger Toad. Is that your Danger Toad sound?
That's Dennis's danger.
Verb present ends in ing.
Pogoing.
Flash.
Sewing.
Hugging.
It's got end in ing, Ash.
Oh. Flashing.
Threatening.
Flashing.
Oh, flashing, yeah.
Threatening. Oh, flashing. Yeah.
Right, we need 4 parts of the body. Dave, what is your part of the body?
Armpit hair.
Armpit hair. Ash, what is your part of the body?
Scrotum fold.
Oh. That's horrible.
Yeah.
Fold of your scrotum.
No, what is your part of the body?
Transparent beef knees.
Fuck.
Sorry, can you tell me what part of the body
Transparent.
that is?
Obviously, it's a transparent beef knees.
Yeah, but where on the body would one find that?
Between the thighs.
Okay. And my
These
one,
are transparent
thighs.
for my one, I'm going to go for Veeted Gooch.
Oh, yeah. Very relevant.
By the Veeted sponsored Mr. Rogers here.
I wish our podcast was sponsored by Veet. We need a Veet. The amount we spoke about fucking Veet, I want a Veet sponsorship.
We need a Veet sponsor and a
Right, we need an adjectives. So actually, we need 5 adjectives.
Oh, get out of town.
Watering.
Frequently.
Aggressive.
Seldom.
I like
Robust.
watery.
Robust.
What? Misty.
Oh,
Robust.
Um,
Misty.
Bloody.
bloody needs to be in there.
Yeah, bloody, surely.
One more.
Bloody.
What was,
Huh?
what was taken?
Frequently.
Frequently.
Seldom.
Oh, what about what's like when when blood gets
Congealed.
all- yeah, clotted. Yeah,
No, don't
clotted
Clotted.
or
What, like
congealed.
clotted cream.
Oh, God. Right, we need a part of body.
Another one.
Seafood shin.
Clitoris.
Matt's broken elbow.
Clammy clitoris.
Let me clear.
Clammy clear. Wait.
I got clammy clear.
Yeah.
Need a noun.
keep seafood shin in the back pocket.
The back pocket.
Mustard.
Back pocket.
Mustard.
Mustard gas.
Oh my God. Fucking hell.
What are we doing?
Put mustard gas in. Or mustard.
We're talking about tampons, aren't we?
Dijon mustard gas.
Dijon mustard gas.
Dijon mustard gas bonanza.
No, just do Dijon mustard gas. Because
Dijon gas.
bonanza's not going to make any sense when you read it out.
I've been to Dijon.
There was none of this nonsense.
We need a
It's pretty
noun.
chilled.
Oh my God.
Simon.
Big Hutnell's shrink ray.
Lady Gaga's lesbian lingerie.
Pasta pants. The Sound of Silence. Hot milk.
Russian polka.
Hot milk. Ainsley Harriet's hot milk.
A.G. Harriet spicy meat.
Ainsley. Ainsley Harriet's.
Hot milk.
Harriet's.
Well,
milk.
the question is, right, guys, the question is, were you green peppers or red peppers?
Red tomatoes, mate. It wasn't green.
Was it red tomatoes? Oh, shit.
Green peppers or red tomatoes.
Tomatoes, yeah.
Come on.
What were you, though?
I
was
don't
green
know what
pepper-
you're on
well,
about.
depends on
Right,
the-
verb.
Ready, steady, cook, you cunt.
Verb base form.
What was that? What was it? Sorry.
Verb base
Green.
form.
Verb.
Spit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for
Cummed.
spit.
Dictate.
Lactate.
Adjective. No, we need 2 adjectives.
Oh, God. Handsome. Curved.
Wrathful. Wrathful.
Flaccid.
I like handsome.
Ragged.
Flaccid.
Oh, and ragged. I like that. Ragged. And verb base form.
Shit.
Shit.
Swear.
Okay. We need an adverb.
Inside. My
No, it's not,
Courageously.
not an adverb.
Courageously.
Inside's not an adverb.
I've gone for courageously.
Unethically.
Unethically. Part body.
Oh,
Uh,
God.
Golden nubbin.
It's a fucking nubbin.
Meat hook.
Word that ends with tion. Election, such as creation.
shun.
Election, creation.
Shun ends with shun.
Erection.
Masturbation.
Masturbation, yeah.
Giant erection.
execution. Masturbation execution.
I like
Execution.
execution. I love that how this is how to put on a tampon.
How to put on a tampon.
How to put
When
one
placing
on.
a tampon over your head,
It's like a bow tie.
you sellotape it to your head and you're done
you
with
put it next to your nose, right? Here.
All right, we need an adverb.
Polka dot
Uh,
shorts.
Coconut shorts.
Soothingly.
Sorry.
I still like unethically.
Okay, unethically.
Doubtfully.
Upside down.
Verb, base form.
Interfere.
Flex.
Confuse.
Secrete.
Whisper.
Is secrete a verb? To secrete. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Shake.
Lactate.
Ooh.
Trickle.
Participate.
I like trickle.
Trickle is a nice word.
Right, we need
Trickle's very-
2 adjectives, 1 noun, and then we're
Wait.
done.
Wait, is trickle a verb?
To trickle. You can
To
trickle. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right.
We've got 2 adjectives and a noun.
Yeah. Adjective.
Let's go for
Bloody. Oh, wait, did we see the bloody?
Regal.
Blood.
Smoggy.
stunning.
External.
Ooh.
Exploding.
What about silent?
Hysterical.
Wait.
No, I like silent. External and silent.
Terrific.
It sounds like a prolapse.
Oh, that's it.
In fact, noun, we'll go for prolapse.
Mount Everest prolapse.
Okay, right, everyone take a drink.
Oh, we're there.
Oh, we're there.
That was quicker than I was
Damn.
expecting.
That's refreshing.
How to use a tampon for the first time. Now, us lads, we don't know how to use a tampon for the first time.
Speak for
But-
yourself.
Thankfully, we've got the Blank-O-Mattic to show us how to use a tampon for the first time. So all you women listening,
Thank God.
I've been sticking out my ass.
yeah, all you women listening, you can relax. We know your pain. We understand it.
We're there for you girls.
We're there for you girls. How to use a tampon for the first time.
Oh God.
Relax.
All right.
And done.
It's much easier to gush a tampon when you're relaxed.
Gush a tampon.
It usually takes a few tries before being able to comfortably gush a tampon, so don't worry.
We're going to get complaints on this one, aren't we? They're going to be like, no, it fucking ain't.
A tampon is actually made of up to 2 toe socks.
There you go. So there's no need to complain, guys.
Oh,
A tampon itself that you insert into your body and the curvaceous, crusty bread you use to insert it.
Oh.
Number 1.
Stick.
Wash your honey glazed ham lips.
The hose.
that is the name for vagina.
Oh my god. Wash your honey glazed ham lips and unwrap the tampon. The slim applicator tip should be rounded and the Les Dennis's danger toad should be hanging out at the bottom of the applicator.
Oh.
I actually, do you know what? The bit
Does that make sense?
The bit I have most umbrage with in that whole bit was slim applicator tip. That we didn't even come up with that. I don't like that phrase.
I know. So, the slim applicator tip should be rounded, and Les Dennis's danger toad should be hanging out the bottom of the
Wait, Dave,
applicator.
danger toad sounds.
That makes sense.
If you notice any flaws, do not use.
Danger toad.
While holding the applicator, gently pull on Les Dennis's danger toad to make sure they are firmly attached. Number 2. Get comfortable. Try flashing on the toilet with armpit hair apart and standing with one scrotum fold on the toilet seat.
One.
Maybe we
fold
should
on the
use the phrase scrotum in something in regards to a tampon.
You reckon?
I reckon. Oh, just one scrotum fold, aka honey glazed ham lip. If you haven't got a scrotum fold, use your honey glazed ham lip.
Yeah. If you're not too sure
Number
what you've
3.
got.
Insert the applicator.
Oh,
Hold the applicator plunger using your transparent beef knees and middle finger. Place the applicator tip into your Veet gooch at a 45 degrees angle.
Oh.
Now gently slide the watery, tapered applicator all the way into your clammy clit until your fingers touch your body.
Oh, wow. This is some. Do you know what? This sounds like it was written by an incel.
Can you say that last sentence again, but make it sound sexy?
Okay.
I'm going to have to put some sexy music behind this bit.
So
Now, gently slide the watery, tapered applicator all the way into your clammy clit until your fingers touch your body.
Does anyone else getting hints of uncomfortable ASMR?
Yeah, I thought more rape.
Okay, number 4. Push the tampon inside.
Yay!
Yay.
Push the plunger all the way into the Dijon mustard gash with your robust finger. This will release the tampon. Plunger should now be inside the Dijon mustard gash.
Dijon.
Still holding the plunger, gently pull out the misty applicator. Tampon should now be comfortably inside you. In its bloody place. It is
bloody place.
It is bloody place with Les Dennis's danger toad outside your body.
That's probably the best place for it.
After you have a tampon, place the used applicator back into the clotted Ainsley Harriet's hot milk and throw away. Do not spit the handsome applicator. Do not spit the handsome applicator. Number 5. Any discomfort? The tampon may not be far inside. If this happens, just shit the tampon and try again with a ragged one. You won't feel anything when the tampon is courageously in place.
All of these words are fitting so well.
It's quite.
And last one is number 6.
terrifying.
removal.
Oh.
Relax your golden nubbin.
From now on.
Okay, number 6.
Maybe it's time to relax your golden nubbin.
Try getting into the position used during execution.
Place your head between the stops.
Head down. Think of Charles the First.
Gently pull down on the Les Dennis's danger toad.
Oh, yeah.
The tampon should slide out unethically.
Creepy.
Prickle the external tampon or place in an appropriate silent prolapse. So there we go, guys.
Silent Prolapse was the name of my first band.
I don't know about you, but I was completely unaware of how.
Do you know what? It's really opened my eyes.
That's terrifying.
Really opened my eyes.
That was a learning experience.
Experience.
But before we finish this episode, I just need to give out a little hello. Oh my god! Factula at the end of this episode.
What's he doing here? 2 hours
hello.
in.
You, mate.
Hello, I'm sorry, but
be in bed.
I forgot to mention Dot Skolodson gave us a fact, right? But you forgot to mention it. All right, we'll give it in. All right, what's that? Go, please do it. Please do it. All right, we'll do it. So, Boston Corbett. So, I don't know where I'm going with this. I haven't actually read this email. The man who shot John Wilkes Booth, which is Abraham Lincoln's killer, was a religious nutter. Okay. Boston Corbett. One day while he was ministering in the summer of 1858, Corbett was ogled by a pair of prostitutes, and the lower half of the body responded invitingly. He went home, took a pair of scissors, snipped an incision under his scrotum, and removed his testicles, then headed out to a prayer meeting. In the Bible, Matthew 19:12, sorry about that, quotes Christ as saying, "There are eunuchs who have made themselves eunuchs for the sake of the kingdom of heaven." Corbett made himself a eunuch and didn't check himself into Massachusetts General Hospital until he finished his prayers, had a full dinner, and taken light stroll through the city that evening.
You're reading this terribly, can I just say?
I know I'm reading it terribly, but basically,
he cut his fucking bollocks off.
He cut his own bollocks off after killing Abraham Lincoln.
And he carried on.
Pissing
out blood for his fucking bollocks.
So welcome to Sin and Gin Podcast. Thank you very much. If you have any more facts, game ideas, anything else,
don't send them in.
Yeah, I was going to say we'll take more effort into pre-reading them because that was awful. That was awful for everyone.
Cut your fucking bollocks off them.
If you enjoy
sinandginpodcast@gmail.com.
if you enjoy the show, please consider giving us a 5-star rating because that's the only rating that we deserve it.
Part of the show.
You've got some quality content. You know, this is the only place where we can talk about fucking beef knees and bollock removal.
We kept this show so happy and light for a change, and then we were talking about cutting off bollocks just at the end of the show.
Yeah. We love you all. Goodbye. I hate you, Matt.
Only because you got one, you bastard.
Yeah. Think of us two bollocks people.